Hello, welcome to another Save Your Books live streaming. We're talking about Richard Scarry's Cars and Trucks and Things That Go, and that's what we're working on. I'm going to be taking this book apart, and let's see here. Yeah, and I hope you stick around because, I've done one book already where I put the spine on without taking it apart, and so this one is going to be taking it apart. And I'm getting the chat up right now. Dun, dun, dun. There it is. Okay, great. All right, chat's up. I can actually talk to you guys if anybody's there. Happy to talk to you. Let's see, what else is going on? Okay, yeah, so this one was just a little further destroyed than the other ones that I'm dealing with. So I was like, oh gosh, let's just take it apart, re-sew it, give it a chance to repair the backs of the signatures. And so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to be using my handy dandy book repair knife as well as these awesome Nevanon scissors, which you can get at talisonline.com. These you get at saveyourbooks.com. I make these. All right, so I'm going to go down to hands-on. Yep, you can see that. Put a little more light on there. Why not? All right, let's just get started here. Yeah, there's a lot of page repair. That's one of the reasons I'm taking this apart, is because a lot of the page repair is going to be easier to do if I can just go across where the fold is. So I'm just going to snip, 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 snip. All right, that's one signature. And let's see. So this is kind of interesting. I don't know if this is interesting to you, but I've taken this part out, these, folded folios. And what I can see here is that this was the last folio for this signature. So this actually goes with this section, not with the next section. And you can see that because this is one piece of paper. This was the end sheet. And, kind of sadly, I'm going to wind up cutting that apart. I guess in a full restoration, I would actually, put it back together and all of that. But in this case, I think I'm going to do a hinge repair. It just makes sense to me to do it that way. And it was glued a little bit to this page. I think actually somebody did a repair because there's more glue here than there should be. I'm just kind of drawing a line with the book repair knife, and then I'm seeing if it's willing to come up, and it's that gluing that was done here. Always repairing somebody else's repair is always harder. I want to say the bane of my existence, but it's actually also the reason for my existence, is that people repair books poorly and then they have to be redone. All right, I got that. You can just see all the glue in here. All right, I'm just gonna see if I can cut there. There we go. Yikes, that's a mess. What is happening there? Yeah, this is just 2 pieces of paper just stuck together with the glue. Not going to come off real easy. So, oh gosh, I just remembered. Always make sure that you have page numbers so you know where you're going. Here's 22, and I'm going 22, 23, 24. Yeah, you just want to make sure if you don't have page numbers, you actually write something down by hand. So there's that. All right, and then lifting up this old glue here is a pretty good thing to do with the book repair knife. It's nice because you can just kind of get under there a little bit and let it come off. Yeah, somebody put a lot of glue in here. You don't need this much glue. While I'm fiddling with this, I might mention that on my SaveYourBooks.com website, I am just about to launch a certificate course for bookbinding repair for beginners. The sales page will be up soon. If you are interested, you can email me through SaveYourBooks.com and I will write back, tell you more about it. But yeah, I'm planning for that to come out in August. And it is July right now. So if anybody's watching this, 2024, July, coming out in August, 2024, coming right up. That's the plan anyway. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that has to happen. I'm making downloadable PDFs for every single one of the video courses, the step-by-step things that are available on the website so that you have something to actually look at as you're going through the courses. And there will be Zoom meetings every other week for 3 months. Okay, all right, that's better. That's that one. Now let's get to the next signature. I'm looking right in here to see if the page from below is continuing. And that's the end of that. So now I can get the scissors. All right. And looks like there's one more page. This actually goes around here. So I'm going to pull this apart. There we go. All right, that's the middle signature. These books are made with 3 signatures. And this last one will once again have, well, as you can see, the last folded folio that goes around this is also the end sheet, the paste down. So, but once again, I am going to separate this and create a hinge. Yeah, there's a bunch of glue stuck in here, so there you have it. I mean, not that there wasn't glue in the original thing, but I do think somebody repaired this with extra glue. I'm going to be cleaning up this edge anyway, so there we go. Okay. So then that goes with this one. All right, I have 3 signatures to repair. 1, 2, 3, and a bunch of page repair as well. So I have to do all that. So much work. And just taking a look at this cover, just to see what's going on. Yeah. Let's see. I've got my 100 grit sandpaper, and like just the little sanding block here costs like 20 bucks. So in the book repair kit, it's just a piece of board with 100 grit sandpaper, and it works, kind of the same as this. You could, if you have 100 grit sandpaper that's sticky, you can just do that on a little, oops, sorry about the noise, a little bit of board. So I'm gonna put this up here on a brick so I can kind of get at it. And I'm pulling the spine out of the way. And I'm going to use the 100 grit as a cutting tool to clean up this edge. And then do it this other way. Same thing, I'm just pushing the spine back that way. I think I'm going to wind up taking this whole thing apart, but I'm kind of like, am I? Always, before you decide, sometimes you just do other things until you've made that decision. Yep. All right, and where's my little brush? I usually have my anti-static brush right here. I'll just gather all that. Okay, let's get that light out of the way. That's a bit much. All right, so I sanded those edges. I am going to trim a 1/16 of an inch off of each of the edges here, as I've done for the others. And then I will lift those edges. Sometimes you can just kind of peel them up and they'll just lift right up with a little bit of the board, a board layer. And then for the mess of a spine that is just, it's not doing the book any good. It's interesting. Sometimes it's nice to kind of think ahead. It's like I'm making a new piece for this. How wide are the boards going to have to be when I put it back together? And so thinking ahead, I think I'll just go ahead and measure that space between the boards. And this says it is 9/16. So if I write that down somewhere on a piece of paper, 9/16 space between boards, that'll give me a little heads up for later on when I'm actually putting things back together and I want to, you know, get back to this and just go, how wide was that again? And I also have to make a new spine board that'll go in here out of binder's board. Though I was thinking about it, it's like if you don't have a giant board shear, binder's board is pretty hard to cut straight, especially for a narrow strip like this. So I would recommend using something thinner like museum board that's much easier to cut, like mat board. And if you need it to be thicker, you could glue it together then. Being careful with that. All right, let's see. Oops, sorry, spilling things over here. Yeah, so that's, I was gonna say that's it for today, but let's do this crazy thing. Haha, there, I split it up. And I'm paying attention to how, you know, thick this is. I'm looking at how much this is sticking out over the edge. That'll be the hinge area later on. Yeah. So I think I'm going to actually sand this part off as well. I've already sanded off the cover material, and now I'm going to sand off the end paper material and just clean up the boards so that they have, you know, kind of a fresh start. So I'm going to get my brick again. I can raise this up twice as high. Let's see. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. I actually got a bunch of bricks right here. Yeah, if I tilt that down a little bit, you can actually kind of see what I'm doing from here. So, yeah, so I've got my 100 grit. You have to keep the edge of the board close to the edge of whatever is supporting it. Otherwise, you're going to wind up like bending the board, and that makes the layers break up, and then they separate, and then that's a whole nother problem. You want to make sure not to go flat with the cutter because you will wind up beveling the paper. That's not great, and especially if the paper has a color and then the color stops and then it turns white, you'll wind up having a different color, which I'm actually getting a little bit of that here, even though I'm going pretty much straight down. Yeah, so nice clean edge of the board. So I can start over, and we'll just do the same thing to here. And if you are going to buy one of these sanding blocks, you can get them. They're 3M Stick-It sanding blocks, part number 45203. Oops, there we go. Yeah. These are kind of awesome too. So maybe I'll put a link in the thing for these because they're pretty nice. Actually, the rounded part is kind of cool because you can use it on a 4-edge that's concave. All right. Oh, I need to undo that. Roll it down. There we go. that's coming along. And let's see, I think the last one I did black. I think this one will get the red color, Canopetta, especially because it has the fire trucks on it. There's a lot of different reds, so I feel like another red will be okay on this one. So yeah, so that'll be the new spine. Oh, Peaceful Foo. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How are you today? It's another hot day here in Eugene, Oregon. Pretty darn hot, but not too bad. And yeah, I get to babysit my grandbaby later, which is the best thing in the whole world. And my dog's sleeping over here. He's so mellow. I took him for a walk by the river today. That's how my day is going. And then I'm like, oh, gotta go make the video. Time to make the video. So here we are. I'm wondering, Peaceful Foo, if you have any vintage books. Are you looking to repair vintage children's books? So let me know. And while we're waiting for that to come around, if it does, I will do a little bit more work on this. All right, so I've got all right, we'll go back down here. And I'm just gonna get this a little further along because may as well. Just cutting off a 1/16, and the reason for that is so that your fingers don't catch on the old material when you have the new material in place. You have to press very lightly. I don't want to cut through all the board layers. I'm just trying to get the top layer. Let's see how I did. Maybe one more pass. Very lightly. Aha, there we go. That's perfect. There's that one. We'll get the next one done. Weird. It looks like I started this one and then didn't do it right. I don't know. Let's go over here. Because this part's gone and this part is still here. So I'm just going to do it again. Okay. Well, that's good. And put that away. Oh, okay. Great. Yeah. You may be interested in the certificate course that I'm doing starting next month. Anyway, go through the Save Your Books thing and let me know. And it's going to be a beta version of this bookbinding repair for beginners course. But yeah, or just at least go through all the free foundation courses that are on the website. There's so many of them. Yeah, the certificate course, though, that's going to have a bunch of time with me helping you with your books as needed. And that'll get you somewhere if you're really kind of, I don't know, serious or want something to kind of hang your hat on. It's like, this is what I'm working on. Meanwhile, but yeah, do go through the free foundations courses. There's just a lot of really good information to help you avoid making mistakes. When I started doing book repair, I certainly made my share of mistakes. I didn't have anybody to ask. I just discovered this when I was going to college, getting my English degree, you know, like you do. And anyway, oh, hi, Sila. Gonna try and pronounce that. How many folks have signed up for your certificate course? Well, it's not up yet. but I have at least 3 people who are like, yes, for sure. And then I have some more people who are like, maybe. And I just sent out a whole email blast asking people if they are interested in this sort of thing. And so I'm going to be getting that data back soon. And so it's going to be starting to be advertised soon. The sales page where you can actually sign up should be coming out next week. Fingers crossed. I have to make another video. Yeah, so that's what I'm actually doing after this, is I'm going to make another kind of a welcoming video for folks to come to the certificate course. And like I said, it's going to be at the least expensive level of before it's, you know, in this beta version. So now's the time to do it. It's a 3-month course. I will have all of the course objectives listed out. It's like, since I've got my master's degree in library and information science, I'm like, oh yeah, I understand course objectives and, you know, how you can prove what you have learned during the course. So people will have a chance to really see what's going on. Oh, good. Got the email yesterday. Yeah, that took some doing too. And yeah, so things are a little slowed down right now. People are on vacation. How could they? It's July. I guess that's when people go on vacation. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting this started in August. And so maybe you'll be there, and that would be lovely. I would love to actually see people that I see on the chat thing. So that would be great. Yeah, the Zooms will be live twice a month, and I'm going to have like an early morning one and a late evening one so that people in different time zones can make that. And in order to graduate and get a certificate, you're going to have to attend half of them. So that's 3. You have to attend 3 in order to be able to graduate, but you have the availability to do all 6. That's how I'm making that work out. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get going so I can go get my video done so that I can get everything ready for the certificate courses. There's so much to do. I still have 10 more PDFs to write up, and yeah, but it's coming together. So anyway, thanks for being here today. And yeah, Peaceful Foo, thank you. I do hope you look into it, and I hope to see you on the video courses. You guys take care, stay cool, and we'll see you next Thursday at the very least. Okay.